Your story, your story isn't over. You were 35, running your own bakery. Car rides on 3rd Street in Port Harcourt City. You woke up one morning and your eyesight was gone. Just like that, no warning. Your smile drawn down on one side. The doctor said stroke. I found you in ICU, tubes and hope barely hanging on. You couldn't speak, but your left hand found mine so weak. And you squeezed it once for I'm still here. That was enough for me to volunteer. You had to learn to walk at 35, to write your name again, to feel alive, to say I love you without the words slurring, and to feel some days it was so hurting. To watch you struggle with a coffee cup, you throw it and say I'm not enough. I clean it up and say you are more than you were before. Even with the war in your body, you're still my everything. And your story isn't over to shine. Your story isn't over. This is just the chapter where you discover how strong you are when everything breaks, how much love it takes, how much love we make. Your story isn't over. The best pages are the ones we haven't read. So lift your head, your name's not said in past tense yet. Your story isn't over to shine. Physical therapy 3 times a week. You come home exhausted, too tired to speak, but you wouldn't quit. You said I'm a chef, I need both hands or I'm nobody left. I said you're somebody to me right now. With one hand, with no hands, I don't know how to love you less, I only know more. You started baking left-handed on the floor of our kitchen at 4 a.m. First batch of bread was shaped like a gem, ugly, lopsided, perfect to me. Your old customers came by the house, bought your imperfect loaves by the dozen, said it tastes like victory and like fight. You cried in the pantry every night, not from sadness, from the shock of being seen again, not as broken as being becoming. You told me I was scared that you married the old me and you be stuck with this version. I said, baby, please, I married all of you, past, present, future, everything. Your story isn't over. Eyes reopen with the line out the door. People came for the bread, stayed for the glory. Oh, watching you write a new story. Your story isn't over. When the health inspector came and saw you work one-handed, he said, this is the most beautiful work I've ever seen. Your story isn't over to shine. Last month you walked into a school to talk to kids about how a tool like a stroke can break you or remake you. You said I was 35 and I thought I knew my whole life. Then I had to learn to tie my shoes, to take my turn, speaking slow so people would hear. Not the slur but the message clear, that your body can betray you but your soul gets to decide if that's the end of the whole damn story. And my mind just got to the good part, the part where I fought and won myself back. A little boy with a brace on his leg said, you're my joy for today. You cried in the car all the way home, said, do you think that's far enough? Is my story enough now? I said, baby, it's just starting somehow. We framed the first imperfect loaf you made, hung it in rice where the light would cascade on it every morning at 6 a.m. When you open the doors to the world again, you still drag your right foot a little. You still search for words in the middle of a sentence, but that cuts in half all the doubt. And when you dance with me in the kitchen, no second glance at your body, just at my eyes, 'cause you know what I see. When you rise, your story isn't over. You catered our anniversary with both hands, slower but with more love baked in every bite than any chef with two good hands could write. Your story isn't over. When you whisper, am I still the man you fell for? I kiss your right hand and say you're better, you're the reason. Your story isn't over to shine. It's not over, no, it's not. Your story, it can't be stopped. You were born to rise again and shine. Amen, amen. Your story isn't over. Your story isn't over, and it shines every day. Your story isn't over, and it shines every day. Yeah. Your story isn't over. You were 35, running your own bakery, called Rise on 3rd Street in Port Harcourt City. You woke up one morning and your right side was gone, just like that, no warning. Your smile drawn down on one side, the doctor says stroke. I found you in ICU, dues and hope barely hanging on. You couldn't speak, but your left hand found mine so weak, and you squeezed it once for I'm still here. That was enough for me to volunteer. You had to learn to walk at 35, to write your name again, to feel alive, to say I love you without the words.